Sasha, Emma, Mark, and Val, they are starring in our North American tour, Dancing with the Stars Live.
It's just going to be a great show, action-packed, full-on professional dancing. It's going to be amazing to have these awesome pros out there with us, so please come check it out. We're going to do it for y'all.
All right, and when they are let loose, as you know, it's amazing to watch.
We're here about to watch the Dancing with the Stars live tour.
We're so excited! We are so excited to see Val!
I just saw my boyfriend Val and I got to hug him.
Oh my God, he is like the hottest dancer.
DWTS, 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 live tour!
Oh yeah!
Have a good show, everyone. Good show again.
You gotta see this live. Dancing with the Stars live. See you this summer.
I was saying backstage that trailer kind of looked like an action movie for dancing, huh?
I don't know, it makes it seem really cool. I mean, like, you almost think we're having fun or something.
So you had a really, really big year last year. Going into this new year, how do you look back and reflect on everything that happened last year?
I mean, obviously, last year was just totally insane for me. I mean, I had a lot of things going on. My life kind of turned upside down, and so for 2016, I'm kind of looking forward to it getting back to normal, honestly. I mean, I'm enjoying everything, obviously, but it's just really demanding and kind of crazy.
And how does it feel to be recognized as a hero? And what is your definition, really, of a hero?
Well, I mean, it's strange, obviously, to have people call you a hero, because I still think what we did was that heroic, because, I mean, we were just trying not to die, to be honest. And I don't really have a definition for a hero. I guess I just have certain people that I look up to. So, I don't really know, honestly.
I would say that he is definitely a hero, and I'm sure you all agree. So you go from, the train incident, and then you win these medals of honor, and then you're thrust into this Dancing with the Stars reality show. Tell me about that sort of transition, like you said, going from having a sort of normal life to being thrust into fame, really.
Well, I mean, it's definitely an experience, because, I mean, it was like right at about a week after the train that I was already getting calls from Dancing with the Stars and having to figure out if I was going to do the show or not. So, I mean, I was still totally brand new to everything and way over my head for sure. And trying to figure everything out and then just going straight into practicing for our first show and things like that. It was definitely an experience. Because I never really got time to kind of comprehend what just happened in France and all the things that were going on. I mean, I was by the time I already practiced for the show, like I was still getting calls for interviews and people trying to give me awards and things like that. So it hadn't even blown over yet, and I was already on to the next thing. So it was just kind of really like just like a whirlwind, and I was just trying to hang on, I guess, and survive.
And had you watched the show prior to being a part of it? I know, Noah Galloway was on, and they've had J.R. Martinez and things like that. Had you watched it before?
Yeah, I'd never watched it, if we're going to be honest.
Hey, but that was maybe good, so you kind of just went into it not knowing what to
That's
expect.
kind of how I was like Dancing with the Stars. Like, maybe if I watched it, I would have been more inclined to do it because it is a lot of fun. But luckily, Dina gave me Noah Galloway's number, and Noah was the one who actually talked me into doing the show because I was kind of like, this is kind of random and kind of soon. But I talked to Noah about it, and he said only good things about the show, so I did it.
So tell me about your dance skills prior to doing the show. Did you consider yourself an awesome dancer? Did you dance at the clubs?
Yeah, no, I never danced at all. Like I'm so bad that I wouldn't even like dance alone in my own room. Like I don't wanna see that. But no, like it's funny because you say like, oh, have you did you dance before? Like I still don't dance. I'm not like if you said like, come on, dance monkey, like I wouldn't know what to do. Like we have a solo at the end of the show where we like call everybody's name out and they come out and do like a 4-second solo dance real quick while their name's being called and people are clapping for them. And when they call my name, I just do like one of those. It's horrible. I still haven't learned anything.
Well, you made it to the finals of the. If anyone watched it, he made it to the finals, so I think he was pretty good. So how did you go about in rehearsals, just kind of delving into it and being like, all right, I'm gonna succumb to this dance thing, and I'm gonna try my best?
Well, it wasn't that so much as Lindsay forcing me to, if we're gonna be honest, because like there were a lot of days when I was just like not feeling it. I mean, I had a lot of things going on too, like just other things going on in my life while the show was going on that weren't necessarily positive. So a lot of days I just wasn't in the mood, and Lindsay did a good job of maybe not helping me get in the mood, but making sure I did the dances anyway, so I didn't look like an idiot come Monday night. And she really is probably the reason why I went so far, honestly.
That's great. How was it working with Lindsay? What was the experience like?
Well, I mean, Lindsay's a great person, honestly. Like, I couldn't imagine having any other partner. She's really been just amazing, like always positive no matter what. So that really helped me, obviously, because going into it, like I said, all the things that happened while I was on the show, I really needed somebody to kind of keep me positive and keep me focused on what I was doing at the time. And I mean, she was really great, and just pretty much everybody on the show was awesome like that, honestly. Like, it's kind of, I was a little worried kind of going in to like Los Angeles and I guess show business that I was going to get eaten alive, but honestly, everybody on the show was fantastic.
And so what don't we see when we watch the show? Can you tell us some behind the scenes sort of scoop? How much do you actually rehearse? What do we see in the clips that, you would have rather been cut?
They show a lot in the clips. That's for sure. But honestly, yeah, just what you don't see is the time that goes into it, and just there's a lot of behind the scenes conversations and things like that are really funny that don't get put in the show. Like, I almost wish they had like a blooper reel or something that they could just give us at the end of the season, because there's a lot of moments that were hilarious, like that never made it into the packages that anybody saw. Like, there's everybody on the show is hilarious, and that doesn't really come through a lot of times because they try to make it like serious, like, oh, I'm doing this dance because of like all these serious emotions that are going on in my life, but you really don't get into like how much fun we have like rehearsing and practicing and things like that. And I guess like how much camaraderie we had kind of as a group. Like, that season was awesome because we were all friends. There wasn't really anybody on the show that was a jerk or standoffish or anything like that. We all kind of got along really well, and it made for a really good experience.
Is it weird to kind of have celebrity friends now and because you got so close on the show?
I mean, this kind of sounds bad because I don't really view them as celebrity friends because I don't really like follow celebrities. So Nick Carter to me is just that guy that I danced with that one time, and
He's not a Backstreet Boy at all. No,
I
not
mean,
Nick Carter.
to me, not really. Like none of these people are like Paula Dean's not a celebrity chef. She's just Paula. So I don't know. It doesn't really faze me too much, but they're all great people. So I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have been friends with them anyway. So
It's a great way to think about it. So tell me about being a part of the tour, and how did you get involved? Were you asked? Did you want to be a part of it?
well, they just asked me kind of out of the blue, and honestly, it was pretty early on in the season. So I'm like, wow, if you guys want me to do I hope I make it far, or else I'm gonna look like an idiot doing the tour. But no, I got lucky and made it to third. But they just kind of put it out there, and I was like, well, I don't really see that I have anything else going on after this, so why not? So I agreed to do it, and honestly, I'm really glad that I did because, like I said, I became friends with a lot of people on the show and kind of getting to hang out with them a little bit longer, and I get to annoy Lindsay for another few months. So yeah, it's gonna be good, and of course, hang out with Emma, so there's no downside there.
What's the setup of the show? Like, how does it start? How many dances? Things like that.
Well, it starts with kind of like an opening group number. We try to get like the audience to participate, things like that. And then after that, it goes right into my first dance. And then they do kind of like themed dances. So they'll do dances from like the Great Gatsby movie. Then they'll do dances from like different countries. Then they'll do dances from movies, things like that. They have themes for each little section. And then we kind of come together at the end and do like a finale. And I have a few more dances thrown in there too, here and there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And you dance with Lindsay and...
I dance with Lindsay and Emma, so...
And Emma was kind of your switch up during the season. And I know there was like some rumors about a little romance going on there. Can you confirm or deny those rumors?
Well, she has a boyfriend, so I'll have to deny for now. But that doesn't mean I'm not waiting there in the wings. So yeah, I'll jump on that the second she's single. Don't worry.
Yeah. Great chemistry those two had. Do you guys agree? I agree. Yeah, that was pretty great. So working with Lindsay again on tour, are these new dances? Are these dances you had done on the show?
Well, they're dances that we did on the show, so that everybody knows them, obviously, and so that I didn't have to learn a whole lot. We had to change a few things, obviously, because we're doing it on a stage, not for the show and whatnot, but they're more or less the same, and we tried to pick the more popular ones, and we kind of picked one from each variety. Because I dance my salsa, I dance a waltz, and I dance a rumba, so we try to keep them a little bit different, so I'm not just like lifting Lindsay the whole time, kind of like I did on the show. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really I enjoy it now because you don't really have to think. There's no pressure because you're not being judged. So you know what dance you're doing. You just go out there and do it, and then you're done. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's more fun and relaxing.
Yeah, it is.
What pros are on the tour?
We got Val, of course. We got Lindsay, Emma, Keo. I guarantee I'm forgetting somebody. I'm going to feel bad.
I think Sharna's in there, right?
Sharna,
Yeah.
of course, Peta, Artem. Yeah, there you go.
Any other of the celebrity contestants?
Hayes actually just got done doing a week with us, but he's off now, and I think that's pretty much it.
So you're the star of the show.
Yeah. It sounds ridiculous to say, but it's just... I make a joke during the show about like 6 months ago I was like in Afghanistan and now I'm dancing for a living, and it's crazy, but it's true, you know.
Yeah. Did any of your Army guys kind of poke fun at you for being a part of Dancing with the Stars?
Oh yeah, they definitely did. I mean, even Spencer and Anthony, they were making fun of me a lot for it too, and then they got to see who I got to dance with, and they got jealous. So then they're like, "Oh, bring me to a show, hook me up with Brittany." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, back off."
Put me on the show next season. Yeah. Have you had a favorite city that you've been to, or what city are you looking forward to performing at?
I think, I think Colorado Springs was a really good audience, really cool town, mountains, snow, all that was really awesome. We also played at the Ryman in Nashville. That was a really cool venue. just because all the history that goes back there, obviously. And then New York is going to be fun, I hear, so I'm excited. But
Yeah, New York's always fun, right, guys? I
Yeah.
mean, come on. We're all here. Is anyone going to the show tonight? Oh, I'm jealous. It's sold out. So tell me a little bit about what your plans are after the tour ends. Are you ready for it all to kind of just stop and go back to normal, or are you kind of a little bittersweet about it?
Well, unfortunately, it won't go completely back to normal. I'm going to be really busy still after the tour. I got to go to a school for the Army, and then I got to do a little bit of things. Like, we're writing a book, so I got to start working on that. And then I have to go to another school for the Army, and then we're going to release the book. So it's going to be a busy, I think I'm going to be busy for about another year. But I'm really looking forward to kind of it calming down and just kind of going back to regular life, if we're going to be honest, because this is a little demanding.
Yeah, of course. But that's really awesome that you're going to write about the experience. Tell me a little bit about the book, if you can. Tell us what the focus is going to be and how you guys are going to create that.
Well, I mean, it's still in its really early stages right now, so I don't really want to say like how it's going to be set up. But I think what we're going for is kind of each of our point of view on like the train in Amsterdam and what all happened, and then everything that's happened in our lives since. Because honestly, like, it seems like everything crazy in our life has happened since the train, just as like pure coincidence. But it's been a wild 6 months for me, so I think that's kind of what the book is just going to be about. Obviously, the train for the most part, but it's just going to be really kind of crazy, just kind of showing all the coincidences that happened that got us in that situation in the first place. Because there's a lot, and a lot are the reason we lived. Because if we're going to be honest, we got really lucky.
Because of you guys. I mean, I'm sure Dancing with the Stars brought you a lot of joy, too, and this book will bring you a ton of reflection. So if you think about it that way, it's positive.
Yeah.
I want to open it up to you guys. I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Hi, Alec.
Hi.
I was rooting for you throughout the whole season. But I was wondering, on the show, I know when you were filming, there was that shooting in your hometown. So I was wondering how you got back into the mindset of doing the show.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not really, I didn't really get back in the mindset of doing the show, per se. It was just kind of, it was always in the back of my mind. But just dancing in general, because, I mean, I had a lot of things go on when the show was happening, from Spencer getting stabbed to the shooting and all that, but really it was just kind of that the show was more of a distraction for me. And it was really awesome because you have all these things going on in your life that aren't necessarily good, but then you have to go back and do something else that takes your mind off of it and kind of gives you a mental break from all the stress and negative thoughts that are going on, because it gives you something else to focus on. And that honestly was a huge help to me, because I never really, it's not like I just had to sit there and think about it. I had to move on with my life and do a show on Monday. So it was actually incredibly helpful, honestly.
Hi, Alec. I'm actually seeing the show on Saturday, so I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're celebrating our birthday, so that's how we're doing it. But I was just wondering, if they do another All-Star season, would you want to do it? And if so, would you want to see Dance with Lindsay again, or would you want to try a new partner?
Well,
Hope Lindsay's not watching, because he might say something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends if Emma is single or not. But no, honestly, I'd love to do it again. Honestly, it was so much fun. It was a blast. I'd be down to do it again. I just don't know if they would, but yeah, I'd definitely be open to it.
Hi, I'm also a really big fan of the show. I know you learned a lot of different styles of dance, especially on weeks where you had to do 2 different styles. What was the hardest style that you had to learn?
Honestly, that's a tough question, because a lot of them were really hard for me. And I mean, Lindsay and I at the end of the season were watching some of our old dances back, and there were some that I didn't even remember doing. I'm like, we did a paso? Like, what? I didn't remember learning it. I didn't remember performing it. Honestly, the paso was really tough. and the jive were probably my 2 toughest. That's what I'm going to go with.
We have another one? Oh, here she comes.
Hi, thank you for coming. My question is, would you like to turn your story into a biopic? And if so, who would you want to play you?
Turn into a what? Sorry?
Pick.
Like a biopic.
What's
Like a movie about your life.
Oh, a movie. Oh.
He's like, oh, movies. I'm only into TV.
No, we were, this is going to sound really stupid, but literally the day after the train attack, we were joking about who was going to play us in the movie. But we didn't even take it seriously at that time, but now it's actually an option, so it's kind of insane. But I don't know. I want like Zac Efron, just saying. But the best part is Anthony wants Will Smith, which kind of makes sense. But Spencer, you guys know Spencer, the tall, pale, blonde kid, right? He wants Denzel. I don't know how that's going to work, but...
I mean, you guys could play yourselves in the movie because look at this face. I mean, Hollywood status right here, I think.
I don't know about the acting skill, though. That might be a little rough.
Would you ever get involved in movies, maybe being, some sort of consultant about, being in the Army and things like that?
Oh, I'd love to do something like that. That'd actually be right up my alley. That'd be a lot of fun. But, yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to be in front of the camera. You'd rather be behind the scenes.
Well, unfortunately, I already had a cameo in a movie.
Oh, a cameo. What's this?
Yeah, it was just for a small veteran movie. Basically, just a bunch of veterans got together and made a movie. But it's really small, but it was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed it, actually. But it was my people, so.
Yeah, my people. All right, we have more questions.
We're going to take our last question from an online viewer. So Jake would like to know, what advice would you give to a contestant just starting on Dancing with the Stars?
I would tell them just to do whatever their partner said, because honestly, they're the pros. They know best. There were a lot of times I wouldn't say I got upset with Lindsay, but I disagreed with what she wanted us to do. But looking back, 1, it didn't really matter, and 2, she made the right decision anyway. So I'd just say listen to them, because a lot of people come in not necessarily with an ego, but just thinking that they know best when really the dancers know best.
Very good advice. Thank you for stopping by. Can't wait to see you on tour. And good luck this year and the future.